and Metro Sports TV have teamed up to give you the most complete sports coverage in Siouxland. Watch live full broadcasts of local high school sports on SiouxlandProud.com. Just click Live Sporting Events under the Sports tab. KCAU 9 and Metro Sports TV. We're Siouxland proud.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Leaves start to turn. That means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Romanian Christian Dimitru ate 200 pounds of pizza in a week.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Mitchell Electric, providing top-of-the-line electrical service since 1975. Mitchell Electric can help you solve your electrical needs with upgrades, remodeling, new construction, rewiring, and troubleshooting, among the many services Mitchell Electric provides. Let Mitchell Electric light up your world today. Mitchell Electric, proud sponsor of Dakota Valley Athletics.
Go Panthers!
Take the ride to Wattie's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half-gallon to take home. Take the ride to Wattie's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
Live from Robert L. Peterson Field, it's a Central Bank pregame show here on Metro Sports Television as we have senior night here at Dakota Valley in McCook Lake, South Dakota. The West Central Trojans come to town at ranked number 5 in Class 11A, and they come to take on the Dakota Valley Panthers, sitting at 4-2 and 4th overall in the 11A standings. I'm Mitch McCumber, joined alongside me, Riley Lillenquist. And Riley, Central Bank pregame show, sponsoring this one, making it happen since 1877. What do these two teams have to make happen tonight and to ensure that we have a good ball game?
Well, thanks, Mitch. I think the things that they need to have happen tonight, first of all, for DV, they need to have a fast start. Every time we've been here and we've seen, we watched them play Canton just about a month ago. 2 weeks ago, we watched them
play Tri-Valley.
Exactly, yeah. We watched them play Tri-Valley. And I was here for that. That was a big comeback win. They started off slow. There was a lot of uncertainty there. So I think what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to get off to a fast start, and they're going to have to play some good defense, because this is a team in the Trojans that scored a lot of points. They get a lot of offense.
Yeah, a lot of high-powered in that Trojan offense. And just looking at the games West Central has played, the games that they've won, they average right around 52 points in their wins and only allow the opposition to score about 10 points. So, and their wins, they're blowing teams out. In their losses, they have been close losses on the season as well for West Central. So it's a good team, even coming into the season at 3-3. To Dakota Valley tonight on senior night, like we talked about earlier. The festivities, the seniors were already announced onto the field for the dance team, the cheerleaders, and the players. And the stands are kind of packing up here on both sides as West Central is getting ready to head off the field. We'll have the national anthem and our keys to the game, along with the starting lineups here on Metro Sports, right after a quick break. And we'll be right back on the Central Bank pregame show after this.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Mitchell Electric, providing top-of-the-line electrical service since 1975. Mitchell Electric can help you solve your electrical needs with upgrades, remodeling, new construction, rewiring, and troubleshooting, among the many services Mitchell Electric provides. Let Mitchell Electric light up your world today. Mitchell Electric, proud sponsor of Dakota Valley Athletics.
Go Panthers!
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flayhardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
here on the Central Bank pregame show, and we thank you guys for tuning in and watching us. We have 2 other games on the docket tonight, as Pat is over at Elwood Olson Stadium, and East takes on Des Moines Lincoln, and Brad New and his crew already getting started up in Sioux Falls as Jefferson taking on Harrisburg. Looked at that one, did a live peek. Jefferson already finds himself down. It's a really good Harrisburg team up there in Sioux Falls, but we have a great contest on our hands here tonight, Riley, and we'll start off with our Vern Ide keys to the game. Vern Ide of Sioux Falls and Sioux City. Find the keys to your new car at vernide.com. And we'll start off with the keys to the game, Riley, and you read them off. I'll explain them, Riley. How's that sound?
All right, that's a great idea, Mitch. As much as you know about football, you are our encyclopedia. The first thing the DB needs to do is have a fast start.
And you talked about it. You kind of brought it on earlier, Riley, is the 2 games that we've covered for them. They've started off slow. It's a team that can come back and score, but you don't want to start off slow against this explosive West Central team. Got to be on the move no matter what it is. Start off with good field position and make sure that you extend drives on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, that's entirely true. And the best way to have a good start and to move down the field is to take care of the ball, our second key to the game.
Second key to the game, yes. Take care of the ball. I think it's always one of the big phases that coaches like to press on, and I think Carl Reinhardt is one of the best at ball security. This defense thrives on takeovers. The offense prides itself on not turning the ball over. A team that are really well matched up, both good defensive and good offensive on both sides, have to win the turnover margin, and whoever does that in the game tonight will come out victorious.
And finally, the only way to do that is to stick with your seniors. Our third key to the game, stay senior strong.
Senior strong. And on senior night, we had to go with the key to the game with the seniors. After we take a quick break after the national anthem, we will go through those seniors on the lineup, but it has to start with them. These were the guys that laid the foundation for this year and the reason why they are at 4-2 on the season. As the students are bringing out the flag, they'll have the national anthem performed by the pep band for Dakota Valley. We will take a quick step aside and be back after this on Metro Sports Television.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Back at the Central Bank pregame show, and Riley, we talked about it on the start of the contest. This is senior night, and as they get ready for the coin flip, let's do our starting lineups. And the starting lineups presented.
A special starting lineup.
Yeah, special starting lineup. It'll just be the seniors tonight. We'll go through the seniors here on Dakota Valley's senior night. And I'll go in number order here. First off, number 1, Gunnar Montang. Number 2, Jackson Boonstra. Number 3, Brady Weaver. Number 5, the quarterback, Drew Luckin. Number 7, Cameron Black. Number 9, Preston Konopasek. Number 10, Cortez Flagg. Number 11, Drew Weber. Number 12, Jace DeGeorgia. And rounding out the lineup, number 54, Easton Van Scoy. Now, we talked about it earlier in the pregame show with our keys to the game, that senior-leaded side. And the reason we're able to do that is because the seniors really do, for Colin Reinhardt's team, fluctuate on both sides of the ball. Offensively, obviously, we talk about Jackson Boonstra and his electric run game, Luckin with the passing game that they've been able to combine with him and the Jace DeGeorgia, the senior that came out this year. Been a great addition. And then on the defensive side and offensive side, Easton Van Scoy is the chess piece, if you will, for both offense and defensive lines. Good reason why he has multiple college offers and is going to play at the next level.
Yeah, this is a really good team, just all the way up and down the lineup. They've got good players and seniors that keep them together, which is why they've been able to get to 4-2 even after all the tribulation. I said it last time I was here, Mitch. 3 years, 3 different coaches, and yet still 4-2, a very good record. Could be making some noise here in a postseason tournament, but that is yet to be seen. All that we can see now is a good game of football coming up in about right now, hopefully.
Right now, as the opening toss was won by the Panthers, and they defer to the second half. The starting lineups brought to you by Sioux City Tarp. Sioux City Tarp, Sioux City, all your tarping needs. Find them at Sioux City Tarp, proud sponsor of Metro Sports Television. And kicking off doing the duties for the Panthers will be number 40, Tice Emmerich, the 6'3" sophomore. And back to return will be the Trojans of West Central. They do have an electric offense that can do a lot of damage, and we'll see them with the ball first, as we just saw the Harrisburg-Jefferson game go to halftime. Harrisburg leads that one 14-0, so if you're tuning in from a halftime break, we appreciate it. Brad Newton and his crew have that game, and this one off the side of the foot and will go out of bounds. So great starting field position for West Central as they'll start the ball at the 35-yard line. And opening kick, different choice. Riley, not something that you normally see a free kick go out of bounds, but I wouldn't want any of those electric players to touch the ball for West Central, and so they will start off with their first possession. 1st and 10 to go at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's the best thing about football, Mitch, is that it, more than any sport, is a chess game, and you have to think about what your opponent's going to do and what they're good at.
Set up, 1st down and 10 for West Central, and we'll put a man in motion. It will be a handoff to the outside, and getting stood up. Nice stick there by the defense of Dakota Valley. And Cade Alfson does a good job of throwing the football, really good at distributing the football, but that time they decided to open the game with a run and getting about 3 yards on the carry. And we'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for West Central. It's a team that takes care of the ball offensively. They make very minimal mistakes. Dakota Valley going to try to force them here as this run goes to the outside. Corralled nicely and taken down by the senior, Jace DeGeorgia. Good time to make a tackle on senior night. Second play, and Jace DeGeorgia makes his name heard.
And that was a loss of maybe a yard if he got back to the line of scrimmage at all. So now you're looking at 3 and 7 and 3 and 8, and they're going to have to make a decision here. The good thing if you're West Central is you got a quarterback that's got a heck of an arm.
And they actually got him stopped back at the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up down now 3rd down and 10. And this offense needs to get past the sticks here to keep the drive alive. We'll see our first pass of the game. Set back, Alfreson throws a screen pass to the outside, room to run, but will be tackled nicely on the outside. Good open field tackle made by Brady Weaver, and it'll bring up 4th down for West Central, and they're going to send out the punting unit. So good opening drive defensively by the Panthers. They force a 3 and out on the first possession, and exactly what we wanted to see from the seniors on this Dakota Valley team.
And you know what I think has an effect on it, Mitch? They can't tell because you're not here. Hopefully you're at home in the warm, eating something good for dinner, watching the game, but there's a little bit of wind out here, and that might have an effect on the arm of Allison as he goes to throw the ball.
Yeah, going on the screen, going right to left, there is a headwind, and that ball is muffed on the punt and not able to be fielded, so West Central will get the ball back there at about the 31-yard line.
What a turn of events.
Tanner Boonstrow back deep to receive that kick, and it goes right through the wickets. So West Central catches a break after their opening drive stalled on three straight plays. And now they set up at the 30-yard line.
Well, what's good for your defense is a 3-and-out means that they weren't on the field for too long. They should still have the energy. It's beginning of the game, but that's not how you want to start if you're DB on the offense.
This time it will be a handoff off the middle, and getting tripped up will be the Trojans, as that one carried by Carson Wildy.
Now 6 yards on that one. At best, it's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And Wildy comes out of the game. Looking for a downfield pass from Caden Alfson. And we'll see it if we get one this drive. This one will be another reverse handoff, and fighting forward for yards, getting really close to the sticks are the Trojans, and that's Patrick Hammond on the run there. You go running back by committee here as they sub in and out of the lineup. Will bring 3rd down and 2 for West Central.
I'm really thinking that this wind is having a piece of this game so far. I was looking forward to seeing some passes. 4 out of 5 plays have been runs.
This one will be another run to the outside, having enough for the 1st down and keeping the drive alive. That's a good run by Aiden Bartman. And chunking up and down the field are the Trojans after the first initial drive stopped on a 3-and-out. After the muff punt, now they're in business inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And what changes things, if you're wondering how is it that they've been able now to get the 1st down, well, now you've got a little bit of confidence. You see the end zone, you're just yards away from it. Now you know exactly what to do. You're going to go execute.
They'll set up another run play, this time a handoff to the outside, room to run, and a nice tackle. A flag comes in late. Patrick Hammond on the run again, and it'll to the outside. I don't know if they got a face mask on the tackle or a holding on the offense that's close to both ranges, and I believe they are pointing to the Dakota Valley side, so it will be a penalty on the Panthers, and it will be a face mask on the tackle. So it'll set up 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for West Central. We're taking this extended opening drive and trying to convert it into points.
Well, things went from about as good as you want to as bad as you want for DV, but they could still save it. A good defensive stand here could still save it. They might get away with 3 or even 0.
This one will be another handoff, that time tackled nicely on the perimeter. Doing a good job sealing that one up is Seth Reinhardt, just the sophomore. Seth, swing offense and defensive lineman, made a tackle from his D-tackle spot and able to wrap that up for a gain, and they'll give him 1 on the carry. So it'll set up 2nd down and 5 from the 5-yard line. Dakota Valley, we talked about, Riley, a very, very good defensive team. Need a big stop here.
If anybody's capable, it's Dakota Valley. At home, on senior night, at the end zone, it's all about this.
Vessels behind Alfson. It'll be a handoff to Vessels, and he will fall forward after being tackled, and he gets a gain of about 2 yards to the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 3. And a whole load of substitutions come in for West Central. Staying in the game, though, is Keaton Vessels. And on their roster, I didn't know if it was true or not, but it looks like they have about 7 running backs. So they do run it very hard, just depending on who gets it. This time it'll be a quarterback keep, and lunging into the end zone for 6. No signal yet, and now the signal's up. West Central first scores first in this one. Kate Alfson, QB, keeps it in, and the Trojans are on the board first, and 6-0 on the Metro Electric scoreboard, barring this extra point.
And when we look at the replay here, Mitch, what we see, as you just said, you gave it perfectly. The Alfson kept it. It's been going to the running backs, but this time it was the quarterback. Snuck it right in, easy 6 after going about 20 yards after the muff punt.
And the extra point is up and good. West Central leads this one 7-0 on the Mitchell Electric scoreboard. Looked a little Philadelphia Eagles-like there with the tush push. They had guys in position for that. But after, we'll take a quick break and be back with Dakota Valley's first possession here on Metro Sports Television.
Tees to Please, custom printed sportswear, 1008 West 7th Street, Sioux City, Iowa. Specializing in screen printed t-shirts, long sleeve tees, crew necks, and hooded sweatshirts. We have in-house artists creating custom graphics and designs. We also produce custom awards, trophies, plaques, and medals. For all your custom printed needs, Tees to Please, Sioux City, or online at teestopleaseonline.com.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang.
Back at Metro Sports here at Robert L. Peterson Field after the touchdown by West Central. And we have the ensuing kickoff. Gunnar Montang and Jackson Boonstra deep to return for the Panthers. This one end over end will be taken by Montang and caught. Some room to run, makes a defender miss and has some room up the sideline and will be pushed out of bounds after he reaches about the 31-yard line. So good opening field position for the Panthers after their first drive was cut extremely short after the muff punt. It'll be the first time we see Dakota Valley's offense tonight.
Well, you know, that happens, though, Mitch. Something happens, a mistake, you give the ball away. Now they scored. Now in your mind you go, now you're a little bit angry and say, you know what, I'm going to button down and they're going to really see something. And that's really what we saw in that run there. He ran for 20, he got 20.
And the wind kind of coming into our living room, so kind of blowing across the field, but at a left to right rate. So the ball definitely this side for Dakota Valley, easier to throw on, but they will run the first carry, and running over a man is Jackson Boonstra. And he'll gain 12 yards on his first initial carry, and that's exactly what I wanted to see from Jackson Boonstra coming out. Last time I had a game for Dakota Valley, a little banged up against Canton. Didn't know how much they were going to use him. Now fully back to healthy, we see the battering ram, and he's got some wheels as well. A good opening run for Dakota Valley. They set up now 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Luckin steps back to pass, throw it over the middle, and that is caught and nearing a first down. They threw that one over to Bennett Luckin. A little brother-to-brother connection on that one, and it'll be a gain of 8, bringing up a 2nd down and 2 as Dakota Valley moves the ball over the midfield stripe there. So they sit at the 49-yard line, and you know, with that West Central first possession, Riley, it took a lot of time off the clock. We're sitting just under 6 minutes left to go in this first quarter. So opportunities limited for Dakota Valley. That time tackled nicely by West Central, but it'll still be a gain of 2 yards and giving Dakota Valley a first down. Well, initially, okay, they will mark it a first down. I was going to say, from here I can see it, so that surely they can see it down on the field. And Boonstra gains 2.5 more yards and gives Dakota Valley a fresh set of downs.
You know, Mitch, I should probably bring this up again. I'd like to apologize. A couple weeks ago, I was up here. I kept calling him that old jackrabbit Jackson Boonstra because that's how he runs. And people said, is he going to SDSU? That I can neither confirm nor deny. I have no idea, but that's how he moves.
He is very shifty with his feet now. Luckin back to pass, pressure in his face, a flag on the play, and that one will go out of bounds, incomplete in the area of holding, and that's what the official will call. So we'll back up Dakota Valley, but good initial pressure. And got in the face by the Trojans. They'll back them up. That defensive front is very, very athletic. And the outside vessels, and then clogging up the interior. Caton Grocott
That might not have been the worst thing, though. If you're DV, you don't lose the down. You're going to go to 1st and 15 now. But you got the wind at your back, so you know that ball is going to travel just a bit farther.
They set up now Dakota Valley on 1st down after the penalty. Luckin back to pass again, pressure in his face. He wants to launch a deep one to Georgia, but it's out of reach. Pressure applied again by Keaton Vessels. He's done a really good job off the edge the last 2 plays to force Luckin to get rid of it quicker than he wants to. And that'll be a point of emphasis offensively to chip or slow Vessels down. You don't want to have free shots at your quarterback. And that time, it looked like Georgia had about a step, Riley, just couldn't quite get it into his receiver's hands.
And you know, a part of that is also Luckin being able to feel Vessels right on his back. He gets that out of there, and he probably doesn't get it out of there as accurately as he'd like.
2nd down now for Dakota Valley. And we'll run an option play to the outside. Boonstra has some room, and it'll be tackled out of bounds. Nice tackle, form tackle, and only getting Boonstra to gain about 5 or 6 yards. That's Carson Wild on the outside making the tackle. The defensive front.
Now you're at decision time, because now you're at about halfway through the field at the 50-yard line, 49 to be exact. There's 4:50 to go in the first, and you could say, well, don't think we're going to get points on this one, so let's get as many yards as we can, get a good punt out of it. Or you could say, to heck with it. Let's try and go all the way, get that 1st down, and get that pass. I personally think we're going to see a pass here, Mitch.
Set up now, 3rd down and long for Dakota Valley. Luckin is back to pass, pressure again in his face, and he'll loft another one over to Georgia, and he makes the catch!
Wow.
And he's tackled inside the 10-yard line, but Jace DeGeorgia making plays on senior night. What a snag.
That reminds me a lot of what we saw just 3 weeks ago here, Mitch. As we look at the replay here, you got Luckin passing back, throws that big arm back, and there's DeGeorgia, just like he was 2 weeks ago against Tri-Valley. Today, all the way downfield, and now 10 yards they're going into the end zone.
And that one a gain of right near 50 yards on the pitch and catch. Now sets up Dakota Valley 1st and goal. And this one will be a handoff, and Luckin gets bounced around. That Bennett Luckin. And will stumble forward for a couple yards. And he'll set up 2nd down and goal for the Panthers at the 8-yard line. Creighton Sandholm made the tackle for West Central.
And this is such an explosive team, man. It's just so exciting to watch. You never know what's going to happen when you watch a DB game.
They have weapons all over the place. Boonstra offset with Luckin. It'll be a pass this time. Luckin scrambling, and it'll just go out of bounds. And it'll be considered a sack on that one, as he lost yards on the play-making chase was Bennett Ingalls. And he'll be credited with the sack. And it'll set up Dakota Valley at the 9-yard line. So only a loss of 1. Looks like they'll mark it at the 10. So a loss of 2 on the scramble. Now 3rd down and 10 from the 10.
Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar, high school not exactly as tuned as college and the NFL. People are going to be watching thinking, well, if they don't get the 3rd down, they're on the 10-yard line, they'll probably go for the field goal. Not exactly that level of kicker at high school, so they want to be a little closer. This could be 4-down territory in the red zone.
At 10-yard line. Luckin back to pass, throws a screen over to Georgia, and that one will fall out of the hand. So now it sets up a 4th down for Dakota Valley, and we'll see what Coach Reinhardt likes to do. It looks like the kicking unit will go out for DV.
Oh, I forgot something very important. The wind is at their back. That might give this ball more than what it needs to sail through the uprights.
Reed Herbold will be doing the kicking for Dakota Valley, just a freshman. Lines up with the hold of Luckin. Snap, good kick on the way, and it is right through the uprights. So Dakota Valley responds after the muff punt. Touchdown for West Central, and in the Mitchell Electric scoreboard with 2:41 left to go in this first quarter, as Dakota Valley with 3, West Central at 7. We'll take a quick break and be back here on Metro Sports Television.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Robert L. Peterson Field, scoreboard has 3-7 tallied on it, and Riley, after that big play from Luckin to Georgia, offense kind of sputtered out, but they still get 3 points out of it after making their first defensive stand and then getting the muffed punt back. West Central is able to score 7 points, but Dakota Valley has shown flashes that they can stop this team, and I think just a 4-point hole isn't exactly territory that you're uncomfortable with a team that can score and come from behind, but we wanted a fast start for this Dakota Valley team, and still kind of seems like they're sputtering out of the gate.
Yeah, and you hate to see it because you think, all right, well, DV, they had that 21-0 comeback in the second half against Tri-Valley, in which they won by 7. However, you think to yourself, how many times can they really do that? How many times can they pull off the big comeback?
And that one was returned by Dylan Betcher, another running back linebacker on this West Central roster. I believe if you have a white jersey on tonight, you are technically considered a running back, just because they have so many on this roster. And it's just a good problem to have for Coach Mathias. And with 2:35 left to go in this one, Dakota Valley starts off their second defensive possession. This one will be a handoff up the middle, and still fighting for some yardage. Good hardy running there by Aiden Bartman, and he will be about a half yard short of a first down. But a great opening run to start this drive. And Bartman, for his efforts, will get subbed out. Carson Wild subbed out on the side.
Those are some big guys, Mitch. We're gonna see a fast game today.
A lot of running here. This time nicely defended by Dakota Valley, not getting to the first down. Easton Van Scoy on the stop. It'll bring up third down.
And that's that chess piece that you talked about at the beginning of the game. There's a lineman who does both the offensive line and the defensive line. Van Scoy, he's going to be really, really important in making sure that A, DV gets those quick points, those fast start points, and B, you stop this high-powered offense that is the West Central Trojans.
At a manageable now 3rd and inches for West Central. They got a QB sneak to score. And we'll see if they do that. No, it'll be another handoff off the middle and not going anywhere. Jace to Georgia, as it looked like it was a quarterback keeper, and Jace makes the stop. It'll be a loss of 1.5 yards, so it'll be 4th down and 2 now. And it'll send out the punting unit for West Central. So it had a good drive, opening play on the drive, gains 9 yards. Defense stiffens up for Dakota Valley, and they force a punt here.
And you know, that really... that gets under your skin too if you're West Central. Not only because here you are looking like everything's so promising, but then things sputter out. And who's the one that? Oh my goodness!
Muff punt, and they go out. And
no way! Oh my goodness!
And they will get a block in the back here, so the ball it will come back. But a muff punt turned improv. Turns out to be a first down, but this ball will be coming back on a block in the back. So it will be a retry on downs on 4th down. So they will send out the punting unit again. But, I mean, things already in this first quarter were not going Dakota Valley's way. That would have been catastrophic. But a block in the back nullifies the first down. So now it'll be 4th down, and they will actually look to punt this ball away. But the kicker, having had trouble with the snap, Riley, so not even getting a fresh kickoff is going to be a fair shot here on this one. So we'll have to watch the snap and the hold from the punter on this one. And Dakota Valley, after that muff, is not sending anyone back.
I think after what you just deal with, you say, you know what? Now we know what these guys are capable of. We'll keep everyone here just in case.
That one end over end and really just got stiffened up by the wind, but it'll take a favorable bounce for the Trojans, and it'll fall at around the 31-yard line is where Dakota Valley will start off. So good stop defensively by Dakota Valley, and we'll stay here, Riley, with 25 seconds left. Saw the offense be able to move the ball. Boonstra on his opening run ran for 12 yards where they had the connection to Georgia. Things are working for this offense. You just want to sustain the drive.
Yeah, and what you have to be able to do, you have to find something that works. Jackson Boonstra, that really works. Jace DeGeorgia and Drew Luckin, they're great. They're a great duo, but they're really good on those big plays. You have to go to Boonstra, maybe even Konopasek, to get those little chunks that really make a difference in the drive.
And before the drive starts, a flag on the field. So I've been accustomed to a lot of games here on Metro Sports where the Hankies haven't came out too much, and now we've seen a lot of laundry on the field. This one on the defensive side, so it'll move Dakota Valley up 5 yards, and they'll start off their last drive of this first quarter with 1st and 5 from the 36-yard line. Now, with that penalty, kind of opens up any play you want to do on first down, Rally, because no matter what, you're already playing ahead of the sticks.
But you absolutely have to take advantage of it, too. That keeps your confidence up, being able to take advantage of those things that are given to you.
That time, they ran a fullback dive, and that was sniffed out nicely by West Central. Colby Mullen on the dive is able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll bring up 2nd down and 5. West Central did a really good job there of snuffing that one out, and that will take us to the end of the quarter. After one complete here at Robert L. Peterson Field, it's Dakota Valley 3, West Central 7. We'll take a very quick break and be back with the second quarter here on Metro Sports Television.
Tees to Please, custom printed sportswear, 1008 West 7th Street, Sioux City, Iowa. Specializing in screen printed t-shirts, long sleeve tees, crew necks, and hooded sweatshirts. We have in-house artists creating custom graphics and designs. We also produce custom awards, trophies, plaques, and medals. For all your custom printed needs, Tees to Please, Sioux City, or online at teestopleaseonline.com.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. Like, I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. You know, I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flayhardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
Second quarter about to start here on Metro Sports. 12 minutes until we get to the halftime show here, and so far we've been entertained with a good one. A lot of movement back and forth, a turnover, an early touchdown by West Central, and 3 points by Dakota Valley, but the defense is stiffened up, and they have the ball to start the second quarter, and they'll start with a handoff to the outside, and Boonstra with some room, and he will gain a first down. Jackson Boonstra with a gain of 12 on the carry, and he's had 2 rushing attempts so far, Riley, of 12 yards on both, and he's up right now to just shy 30 yards on 3 carries.
And there we go. Just like I said, he's like a pinball wizard is what he is. He just bounces off one guy and then boom, along the sideline, makes a good 12 yards, and he's going to be the one, like I said, him and possibly Konopasek and other backs that are going to make all the little chip shots that mean so much to a drive.
Now Luckin has it, and he nearly gets the ball stripped from behind, but is able to muster his way for another first down for Dakota Valley. So a gain of 12 from Boonstra matched with a gain of 11 by Luckin. And now Dakota Valley just outside the 40-yard line, 42 yards separate them from a lead here. And so far, this offense has done it on the ground, but they have a chance to air it out if they want to. Wind in their face, though, and that has been a factor in the first quarter for West Central. It'll be another dive up the middle and room to gallop, and 3 runs, 3 first downs for Dakota Valley. Preston Konopasek, who you mentioned, another good talented tailback, will dive forward for another first down. So 3 runs, 3 first downs. That's just what the doctor ordered.
And, you know, if I'm West Central, I'm going to say, you know what, we don't have to switch sides. Feel free to keep the wind at Dakota Valley's back, because that just unleashes Konopasek, Boomstra, and the running game for DV, and that's something scary for anybody.
This team is so versatile. They can win in a multitude of ways. We'll see another run. This time it is a keeper by Luckin, and he sheds free of a tackle at the line of scrimmage and is able to fight forward for more yards. We talked about it, the senior-led team, Boonstra, Luckin, Konopasek, and DeGeorgia. 4 names we've mentioned so far on offense that have done big things for this team, all 4 seniors.
Yeah, and what I thought of the most, think about earlier, you said Drew Luckin almost had that ball stripped away, but it's the senior knowledge and experience that told him how to hold on to that ball and got them that first down.
2nd and 5, it'll be another handoff. This time Boonstra wrapped up in the backfield. That's a good open field tackle by West Central, and making the tackle is Bennett Ingalls. The senior, 6'1", came from his linebacker position and made that tackle. And that's the one thing that West Central is really good at, is if they can get that initial pressure through the line of scrimmage, they're able to make the tackles and limit possessions and drives for the opposition. And Dakota Valley now sitting with a 3rd and 6 at the 28-yard line. 9 in change left to go before halftime here. West Central still leads this contest 7-3. See what they do 3rd down-wise. A timeout might be called by Coach Reinhardt, and it was. They'll talk it over. And as we will, Riley, after the break here, we'll have an important 3rd down on Metro Sports Television.
Mitchell Electric, providing top-of-the-line electrical service since 1975. Mitchell Electric can help you solve your electrical needs with upgrades, remodeling, new construction, rewiring, and troubleshooting, among the many services Mitchell Electric provides. Let Mitchell Electric light up your world today. Mitchell Electric, proud sponsor of Dakota Valley Athletics.
Go Panthers!
Back here on Metro Sports as a important 3rd down for the Dakota Valley Panthers. As you saw the other contest, Harrisburg leads 14-0 on up in Sioux Falls, in a blowout contest going on at Sioux City East as the Raiders up 31-0. Pat Schultz on the call there. Is an important one here, and a throw over the middle, and that is awfully close to the first down. I see the far line judge, and I think they're going to give him the first down. They will. So a nice catch into the wind by DeGeorgia, and that he's thrown 2 completed passes down the field besides the screen. Both have gone to DeGeorgia. That obviously was going to be a connection that had to get started off early.
It's that senior strong. They spend all these years together. You eventually know what each other's going to do. He was ready. He was willing, and darn it, he came through.
Now at the 22-yard line, it'll be a fullback dive and room to go, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle on the outside made by Hayden Whittington. But Preston Konopasek saw the floodgates open and was just a shoestring tackle away from a touchdown, but sets up a manageable 2nd down from the 15-yard line. Dakota Valley doing it in all sorts of ways tonight. This time it'll be a pitch out to Boonstra. Nice shifty move. Boonstra still on his feet and then is thrown back.
Is that enough?
It'll only gain about a half yard on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. And they'll give it to him at about the 9-yard line. So line to gain looks to be the 7-yard line. Or excuse me, it's at the 14-yard line. Line to gain looks to be at the 12-yard line. And could this be 4-down territory with a field goal kicker kicking into the wind here, Riley? We'll see. They're set. It'll be a handoff. Luckin with the option. And he will pitch to the outside. And getting a first down, but a flag from the far back judge comes in, and it looks like it will be a holding against Dakota Valley. It is a holding. So now sets up a 3rd and long for the Panthers. Seth Reinhardt, little gingerly, comes off the field, so that'll be something to watch as well. That linchpin part in the offensive line.
And that's something that's going to be really disappointing, too, especially if he's got to take even the littlest break, because it's a 3rd down, very important part of the game, part of the drive. You got to take a player out. Not only that, but you had a first down that was taken away because of a flag, so you might be a little upset right now.
Working on the far side, it looks like it might be an ankle injury, and it'll set up 3rd down and 12 now for the Panthers, just inside the 25-yard line at the 24. So a little chunk yardage here to make a 4th and manageable, or will they go for it all? Luckin in the backfield, looking to pass, throws a fade to the backside. A lot of hand fighting and no flag from the far official. As he was going to the outside.
You know, 3rd and 8, it's sort of a no man's land. That's with Jackson Boonstra. I don't know if that's your best option, but you just have so few options once you get to that 8 yards. So that penalty is showing to be really costly.
Luckin comes over to the sideline. That pass fell incomplete, trying to get over to Tyler Kloop. And that one incomplete. So 4th down and 12 for Dakota Valley now. 6:32 left to go in the contest before halftime. And Luckin set back to pass again. We'll see if they can get it all here. Pressure up the middle. Luckin forced out of the pocket and will be sacked.
Oh, wow.
Pressure off the far side and applying the pressure and making the sack is Eli Mandel.
Well, one thing you know when you're going up against a team that's got a lot of running backs, that means they got a bunch of good linemen too. And you found out there that line came through, and they done a good job, the offensive line, to hold back the defense of the Trojans. But that time they just got to Luckin, and now it's, well, as you can see here, Trojan ball.
1st down and 10 for the Trojans at the 31-yard line. This will be a handoff, no, a fake, and open out in the middle, and just getting his feet in before he steps out of bounds is Aiden Bartman. A good play fake even got me up here in the booth. And it'll be a 1st down and 10 to go for West Central, and we can tell now with the wind at their back, West Central looking to kind of throw the ball a little bit more than they did in that first quarter.
Yeah, here's going to come the power of Alston now. It's going to be exactly what DV had, you know, what is a blessing one quarter is a curse the next quarter. They're about to see how much of a curse it can be if they don't get those linemen through to stop this Alston.
A handoff for West Central will gain 4 yards on the carry there. A carry by Aiden Bartman, who just received the pass on the previous down. So 2 plays to Bartman and a positive play of nearly 20 yards for West Central. Set up down 2nd and 6. Handoff and trying to rip at the ball are the Panthers, but doing a good job holding on to the football again is Bartman. But 3rd down now and a long 4 yards for West Central. And can the defense hold up now for Dakota Valley.
You're at a good spot here because you're at the 50. You're just past the 50, so you're now on DV's 48. You have a lot of options, and even if you punt the ball, if you have to punt the ball, you're putting DV in a very precarious situation.
They set up to pass here, thrown high and out of the outstretched arms. It'll fall incomplete, trying to get over to Patrick Hammond, and now it'll bring up 4th down and kind of really Riley in no man's land. You don't want to turn the ball over here, and it looks like Coach Mathies will send out the punting unit, and we'll see, because last time on the punt it was muffed and they gained a 1st down if it weren't for the block in the back.
But at the same time, with the wind at your back,
feel like you'd be able to hit a nice punt here. And again, Dakota Valley, after that first muff, no one back to receive, so this one will fly and go down and takes a sidewards bounce but goes into the end zone. That was almost a punt dot by Eli Mandal. But Dakota Valley will start their possession at the 20-yard line. So down 4:59 left to go before the Greenberg's Jewelers halftime show here. And Riley, offense for Dakota Valley, can't shoot yourself in the foot with the penalties, but keep doing what you've been doing and move the ball via the run, and when you have to, with Luckin's arm, and move this ball downfield.
Exactly. Eventually the odds are going to kick in, and that's exactly what we're starting to see now, a big run, and those runs, they get chunk by chunk by chunk. Eventually that's going to lead to the end zone.
That time a pitch out to Boonstra, and he gains about 5 yards on the carry. As that far marker was down, Riley, so I didn't see that either, but it looks like it was going to be a gain of about 5 or 6. So it'll still be second and manageable for the Panthers. I think they're content to let the clock kind of run here, as they will get the ball to start second half. Knew we were going to be in for a defensive contest. And this time, run outside, Luckin will lower his shoulder and have enough for the first down. Bennett Luckin with a gain of 9. And Dakota Valley with a fresh set of downs.
And you know, you look at that and you say, gosh, you got that first down, but if you're the Trojans, you're not too upset about it, because there was a big hole there that Luckin was looking to go through, and had he gotten through that, it would have been reservations for 6, as my friend Mitch McCumber would like to say.
And a good job by the defense swarming in. They have about 4 linebackers, it looks like, on the field at all times, stopping the run here. But now Boonstra was looking for contact, lowered his shoulder, and is able to still fall forward and gain 11 yards on the carry. So Jackson Boonstra going at this clip now, where all but one of his rushes have been for 10 yards. He's now up to 40 yards rushing on the day. And, 40 rushing yards on just 5 carries. That's a heck of an average for Boonstra. This time it'll be a handoff up the middle. Konopasek with some room and a nice open field tackle. Save 6 for West Central. But Konopasek in this run game is doing a very, very good job of really wearing on this defensive line. They haven't been able to run a ton up the middle, Riley, but it's when they get out into space when they've been able to do their damage.
Yeah, and it's also very, very good chess matches we talked about earlier, because you know that the Trojans, they're a heck of an offensive team. So the longer your offense is on the field, the less chance you have of them running up that score on you.
They've done a good job of managing the clock, have the Panthers. This time a pitch out to Boonstra, and he's thudded out of bounds, and he will get back to the original line of scrimmage. And they might even have marked him out for a loss of 1. Good job by West Central, as it's the first time that Boonstra has gone to the outside and they've been able to stop him for reaching a first down.
And something that you really need to think about, good job for West Central, is the fact that he did not actually get out of bounds. They stopped him before he got out of bounds, so that clock is continuing to run. 3 minutes to go until the half is over.
Dakota Valley inside the 50, and Luckin having a chance here. They'll be taken down after a minimal gain. Tackled on the outside by Creighton Sandholm. And he'll be able to gain 4 yards on the rush, and the officials are gathering together. And a personal foul face mask penalty, so it will be a first down after the run. I saw Luckin get tackled a little awkward there, so I didn't know exactly what it was, but a 15-yard penalty tacks on now. 1st and 10, Dakota Valley at the 25-yard line. Just exactly what this offense needed to keep the chains moving.
Yeah, and as you say, Mitch, I saw him go down, and I thought, well, here's going to be an interesting third down situation. And then all of a sudden you look up, and the second whistle blows. You pay a little bit more attention. That's a very, very costly foul for the Trojans.
We'll see if they can stiffen up defensively here. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. It'll be a play fake, and a holding call will be called on Dakota Valley. Luckin just having to get rid of this one. The guilty party there as a heady rush came on.
Smartest thing.
Called on the offensive line there for Dakota Valley. Just got burned up the sideline. Cameron Herron will be the guilty party for the hold, creating a lot of pressure on that defensive line. Has done such a good job, Riley, getting up the field and creating. Drew is a really good pocket passer, but when you get him outside the pocket, things start to kind of break down as a quarterback. And, all of a sudden you're thinking about, do I need to run for these yardage? Do I need to pass for these yardage? Guys aren't as accurate when they're on the run. So getting Luckin to roll out of the pocket is what an emphasis that has been for West Central to start this first half. They've done a good job of it.
And when you look at that line for the Trojans, the line for the Panthers, that was the smart thing to do.
And there we talk about stacking two plays there. So after the holding, Boonstra is stopped for another loss. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 23 from the 38-yard line. Now that's definitely not somewhere you wanted to be after the personal foul face mask penalty got you inside the 20 to the 25. Now you sit just inside the 40, and you're moving the ball backwards if you're the Panthers. Well, still a lot of time to move this football. Luckin back to pass again. It sets up the screen, and Boonstra nowhere to go with it. That one played nicely by Creighton Sandholm, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They tried to set up the screen to Boonstra, and Sandholm stayed tight and was able to force the incompletion.
Now, if you're West Central, this is the part where you go and put maybe even 2 on Jace to Georgia, because in these big situations like they have right here, that DV, Drew Luckin, and Jace to Georgia, they're going to find each other. They know how to do it on the big possession. So probably a good time for the double team.
Going to set up two, and obviously with a 3rd and long opportunity, you can pin your ears back if you're that defensive line, and they only have a 3-man front. They're going to play coverage here. Central. And it'll be an option play for Luckin. And nowhere going as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gang tackled on the outside by West Central. And it'll bring up 4th down for the Panthers. So after the penalty, the face mask, good stop on 3rd down by West Central, not letting anything happen, and Dakota Valley going to take time off the clock as we are under a minute here before the Greenberg's Jeweler halftime show. And they're going to try to give West Central the ball back with as little amount of time as possible. Dakota Valley doesn't have the game clock on the field. It's with the officials, so it's snapped in time. A punt, high end over end, will roll and get into the end zone with 24 seconds left. So West Central will start off their final possession of the first half at the 20-yard line. And Riley, we'll sit here before we get to our Greenberg's Jewelers halftime show. And, slow starts, as we talked about, for Dakota Valley often hurt them, but what they've been able to do defensively and only hold West Central to the 1 touchdown after a muff punt that gave them great field position. The defense is keeping this offense in there, just going to have to make adjustments at halftime to get this offense moving.
Yeah, and if you're DV, you're not too upset. You're upset that you don't have more points. You know what you're capable of, but the defense has done its job, and your offense has done its job for 90% of the time, which has kept the Trojan offense off the field.
That time tackled on the outside, coming off the field will be an injured Panther, and we'll throw in some replacements as trying to get to the line and make a final play. A flag will be thrown on the far side, and it'll be a false start on the offense, so that is as time expired, so we'll see if they are rewarded with another play. And there's 1 second, the official does say, on the clock. So after the gain on first down of 5 yards, it'll back him up another 5. And it'll be second down and 10 from the 20-yard line with 1 second to go on the snap, I believe, not on the whistle. And it is on the whistle. So that'll be halftime here. The low-scoring first half at Dakota Valley. The Panthers get the ball to start the second half. We'll go to our halftime show. Trojans lead this one 7-3.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Mitchell Electric, providing top-of-the-line electrical service since 1975. Mitchell Electric can help you solve your electrical needs with upgrades, remodeling, new construction, rewiring, and troubleshooting, among the many services Mitchell Electric provides. Let Mitchell Electric light up your world today. Mitchell Electric, proud sponsor of Dakota Valley Athletics.
Go Panthers!
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
KCAU and Metro Sports TV have teamed up to give you the most complete sports coverage in Siouxland. Watch live full broadcasts of local high school sports on SiouxlandProud.com. Just click Live Sporting Events under the Sports tab. KCAU 9 and Metro Sports TV. We're Siouxland proud.
Welcome back to the Greenberg's Jewelers halftime show. Greenberg's Jewelers, where every diamond tells a story. We'll tell a story here of the first half, a low-scoring first half. Just 7-3 is on our Mitchell Electric scoreboard. First off, after the muffed punt by Dakota Valley, Cade Olson rushed in the QB sneak from 2 yards out to put West Central on the board 7-0. And then after a positive DV drive and a long ball near touchdown to Jace to Georgia, Reed Herbold put in the from about PAT margin a field goal to make it 7-3, and that's all we have as far as scoring here in the first half. After the game, open till 2 a.m., Waddy's Bar and Grill. Waddy's Bar and Grill, located in Hudson, South Dakota. Your source for spirits, foods, entertainment, and Bloody Mary mix near Sioux Falls and Sioux City. Waddy's Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Metro Sports Television. And I tell you what, Dakota Valley always puts us in good hands here in the state of South Dakota, here at McCook Lake at Robert L. Peterson Field. And the reason I say good hands is because you can go to Ryan Stussy and get the good hand difference at Allstate. Ryan Stussy, a Allstate agent, a proud sponsor of Metro Sports Television. We'll talk really quickly, Riley, about this first half, what we saw, what we didn't see, what we want to see in the second half, and take a break as we know other games going on. East right now up 45-0, and then that game up in Sioux Falls with Brad Newitt and his crew in the second half already after Harrisburg led at the halftime break there. But we came out, we talked about our keys to the game. And the keys to the game: senior strong, fast start, don't turn the ball over. Well, fast start didn't happen. Turn the ball over on the first chance at an opening possession. But it's been senior strong that has kept this game as close as what it can be. So coming out of the half as the break, if you're Coach Carl Reinhardt, is there a certain message you're giving to your guys, or is it just, hey, we need to play the same DV football we've been playing all year long? We're a resilient group. We know we can come back in the second half.
Well, I think if you're Coach Reinhardt, I think you're not ecstatic, obviously. Being DV, you feel like you should have scored more. Your record is 4-2, and you've shown that you can score a lot. You've only got 3 points on the board. However, as we've said, as we've seen right here on Metro Sports TV, they have come back many times from a deficit. In fact, they almost came back the first time we had them this year against Canton. Yet they didn't. They had a little bit of trouble, a little bit of that beginning of the year rust they had to get off, but this is a team that's really good at scoring. The defense has done its job. 90% of the way for the offense, they've done the job. We've seen them go from one end of the field to the other. However, they get bogged down, they get slowed down right there at the end of their drives, and that's why they have to come away with 3 points, and more often than not, no points. So I think if you're Coach Reinhardt, the speech you're given right here at the halftime is, we have to get that little extra 10%, because quite literally all that 10% will do is give you the touchdown and definitely give you the lead at this point.
And now, as we get ready to head to break here at the Greenberg Jewelers halftime show, Jefferson making a bit of a comeback now. 14-21 Harrisburg leads in the fourth quarter with just under 4 minutes left to go. So if you're wanting to skip over from our halftime show over to that game, definitely tune in. Brad Newitt and his crew have a great one fizzling out here now in the fourth quarter, and we'll try to get that Mitchell Electric scoreboard to be lit up here second half. Only 10 points. We'd like to see a lot more scoring going on. And then stick with us for our Baumgars post-game show and our Wall of Fame player of the game.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Mitchell Electric, providing top-of-the-line electrical service since 1975. Mitchell Electric can help you solve your electrical needs with upgrades, remodeling, new construction, rewiring, and troubleshooting, among the many services Mitchell Electric provides. Let Mitchell Electric light up your world today. Mitchell Electric, proud sponsor of Dakota Valley Athletics.
Go Panthers!
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Back at the Greenberg's Jewelers halftime show, and you just saw those cut diamonds on the Greenberg's commercial. Tell you what, the golf team for Dakota Valley going to be getting some hardware on their finger after they won the state tournament for 11A, and Logan Collette be getting 2 sets of ring. He won the individual as well, so congratulations to Dakota Valley. It seems like every year we've covered them, they've done or won state at something, obviously with that tenure that they had with the basketball program, and they went for, it seemed like 100 straight victories. It's a winning culture up here at Dakota Valley, and we sit right now with just under 3 minutes left to go before the second half kicks off. Stick with us for our Wall of Fame player of the game and our Baumgars post-game show after this one concedes. And then obviously you got to stay with us next week, Riley, because we have 3 good games this week and 3 good games next week. We'll talk about those games. Spirit Lake plays Clarion Goodfield Dows. That's going to be a great game. I'm not going to want to say that name over and over again in the broadcast booth, but we'll just call them by their mascot. And Hinton takes on West Sioux. Now, this is a West Sioux team and a Hinton team that are going to be jockeying for position in in their class, in their bracket, because I think if any of these teams were to lose, they're either playing on the road for the entire rest of the playoffs or they could be knocked out entirely. So a big game to watch there. West Sioux taking on Hinton, 2 of our feature schools. And then a team that right now is trying to run up a basketball score. Sioux City East takes on Ames, the Little Cyclones, and this year Ames trying to muster up 1 win in the win column, so see East put up some more points, and they're just getting ready for basketball season, because that is going to be a heck of a basketball school and a heck of a basketball games we're going to cover coming up on Metro Sports as our football season wraps up. I don't want to go anywhere, though, Riley. I like the football season. This weather is beautiful. Turn down the wind a little bit, but, I mean, we've been blessed on every game that we've been able to do so far on Metro Sports. Beautiful weather, just beautiful atmosphere, and honestly, we've been blessed with some great football games on the slate this season, and we're going to have a great second half contest as we'll take our final break here of the Greenberg's halftime show and be back with the second half action here on Metro Sports Television.
Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Wrapping up the Greenberg's Jewelers halftime show, Mitch McCumber joined alongside me, Riley Lillenquist. And Riley, got 25 seconds before the second half gets kicked off. Closing remarks on what you saw first half.
Well, like I said, I liked a lot of what I saw from DV, except they were not able to get into the end zone. They had almost everything they needed. They had great defense. They had great running plays. They had a couple big bomb passes, but they just couldn't. They just sputtered out right there at the end. And as far as West Central is concerned, they put up a great defensive show. They've been able to do the same thing DV has, stop a great offensive team from scoring. So I like what I'm seeing on defense. However, as a product, as a millennial, much like you, Mitch, I prefer an offensive showcase, and I think that's what we're going to get, hopefully, from this point on.
Second half would be offensive slugfest, what we'd like to see. Total yards, only 59 total yards for the Trojans, 149 for Dakota Valley, 94 yards rushing. That's a point of emphasis we will talk about a lot coming into the second half on what Dakota Valley is able to do on the ground with Konopasek, with Luckin, and with Boonstra. And opening the half, Dakota Valley will receive the football, and it'll just kind of depend on what way they're going. With the wind, you're going to see a lot more passing. Against the wind, like we saw in the second quarter, a lot more of the rushing attack. And it'll just kind of depend on where they sit out on the field. But both things have been working for Dakota Valley in the first half. It's just finishing. Getting the drive going, getting from the 20 to the 20, getting inside the red zone, and finishing is going to be a point of emphasis second half if Dakota Valley wants to come out with this win and move into a comfortable position with their playoffs. They have 2 more games after this. Vermilion on the road. That's a hard place to play up in the Dome. And then their final game of the season is here at Dakota Valley against number 1 Sioux Falls Christian, a team that hasn't lost all season and has taken care of Class 11A. So a tough contest coming home for their last game. They need to take care of business here. And we have a minute before we get to the opening kick here as both teams are getting stretched out and ready to go for the second half. We'll take another quick break, Riley, and be back here with the second half on Metro Sports Television.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Metro Sports Television brought to you by our proud sponsors. If you ever want to think about sponsoring an event, let us know. Metrosports.tv can get you into the action. As we have a plethora of schools that we cover. We got the Storm Lake, or the Spirit Lake area, obviously Dakota Valley, Sioux City East, up in Sioux Falls. We cover a wide variety of places, and we're trying to even get down into the Des Moines regions. Good Des Moines schools there have been really good to us as we get ready to start the second half. Just make sure you reach out to either Seth Dedeker or Pat Schultz to find your spot onto the Metro Sports team. And Dakota Valley will receive the kick. They will be going right to left on your screen into the wind, so seeing more of the rushing attack, or what we think will be the rushing attack for these first 12 minutes for the Panthers.
And once again, this surprises me, though, Mitch, because I'm still surprised that they decided to defer to the second half because they've had those slow starts. So why they chose to defer, I'm not sure. And now you're going into the wind. Luckily, you've got Jackson Boonstra and Connor Posick. When those two get the ball, you never know what you're going to have.
Jonathan Goring to kick for West Central and starts the second half with an end-over-end kick. It'll be Boonstra with it in an open seam. Cuts back. Boonstra still on his feet and will be able to make it just outside the 30-yard line. A good return by Boonstra, and he's a little slow to get up. That's not something you want to see for Dakota Valley. Hopefully it's just a quick cramp or you just got hit in the leg as he's holding his leg there. And while they attend to Boonstra, we will take a quick break and be back here on Metro Sports Television.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports.
Back, good to see Boonstra get on his feet, and the Panthers start first down and 10. Opening possession in the third quarter. That time a pitch and run to the outside to Bennett Luckin. And that one corralled nicely by the West Central defense. It'll be a loss of 1 on the run for Luckin and set up second down and 11 for the Panthers. Good to see Boonstra's on his feet over here on the sideline where you can see him. He's just kind of working out. Looks to be like he just took a helmet to the thigh pad, kind of working that leg out. We'll see him back here hopefully soon, as injury kind of limited him in the first couple games of the season, so we want him to be healthy going on forward. Luckin back to pass. He's got a man open, throws it to DeGeorgia, and he comes back for the ball. As on the outside, opposite side of the field, he did have a wide open man in Carver Fritchen, and I don't think he saw him.
Yeah, and as good as he is, being a senior, that just shows how good this defensive line is for the Trojans. There are a bunch of big guys in there, as we know. We talked about it in the first half. You get in there, you block the view of the quarterback, and you can force a stop, and that's what we saw there.
Now the errant throw by Luckin is he had to Georgia, but just wasn't able to fit it into his senior receiver. And now a near offsides. Pressure in the face again. They go to the far side, fighting back for the ball, and a flag comes out as not allowing his receiver to come back for the ball. And the guilty party on that flag will be Sam Handberg, a 6'2 senior. He had good position, but the ball, as we see a lot of in the college and the professional game, underthrown to where the receiver has to come back for it, gives the defender no chance. And that one played nicely, as it'll bring up a first down for the Panthers. So they move the ball via the hanky, and it'll be a first down for Dakota Valley at the, we'll give it at the 30 or the 46-yard line. So still moving the ball efficiently, even through the air with the wind in their face. But as you see here, that lineup for West Central, 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, and they look like they're going to bring pressure every time. Now it'd be a handoff up the middle. Konopasek will burrow his head down and gain 2 yards on that run. But I tell you what, Riley, running in to the middle of that, and Seth Lind, 6'6", 300 pounds at D tackle, as he'll take a quick break. But I tell you, I don't care who you are at center or guard. That's a hard ass to push that guy around.
That makes you feel a little bit better if you're on that offensive line, if you're DB, to see the 6'6" guy take a little bit of a break.
They will run an option here. That pitch goes outside to Boonstra and is muffed, and Boonstra will lose yards on the play. So that pitch kind of went to the outside shoulder of Jackson Boonstra, and lucky to get that ball back, but it'll bring up 3rd and long for the Panthers.
Third and
21.
Yeah.
21. So what looked like it could have been a nice gain on 2nd down turns into disaster for the Panthers. Now forced with a 3rd and long with 9:51 in the 3rd. Luckin will be back to pass, throws it over the middle high and out of his outstretched receiver's Ethan Seaton's hands. And
well, now you really got no choice but to punt. You're so deep in your own territory. You're about a mile away from the first down. You got to punt this and have your defense do the great job they've done in the whole first half.
And I do apologize. Carver Fritchen was the intended receiver on that pass play. Punting for Dakota Valley, and this one high end over end will get stuck up by the wind and nearly bounces back into a gunman for West Central, but it'll be downed inside midfield just at the 43-yard line, and that's where West Central will start on their possession. So a net gain on the punt of only 20 yards. With that wind, it held that punt up, Riley, and
you know, we've seen this before at Dakota Valley. I think it was last year, Mitch, you and I here. It was a torrential rainstorm, if I remember correctly, and it caused a heck of a problem with passing the ball. It was a big running game, just like we see here today.
Now squirting free and could take off to the races in a near. And that's a touchdown-saving tackle as Patrick Hammond, eyes lit up after he bounced it free from the original tacklers. And a gain of nearly 15 on the play. And now West Central set up on Dakota Valley's side of the field.
We look here on our KCAU replay. What we'll see is they do just a little bit of a Jackson Boonstra impression. He bounces off all the other players and makes him way to a good first down as the next one starts.
And now he gets the carry again. And Patrick Hammond, 2 rushes, 25 yards, and another set of first downs for West Central. So they're moving the ball effectively here to start the 3rd quarter as they get to the 30-yard line, and it sets up 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Not only does it make it easier to pass the ball, but because the wind's at your back, they know it's easier for you to pass the ball. So now they don't know what you're going to do, DV.
That run goes to the outside, and Evan Jatton is able to pick up about 4 yards on that run. And West Central not going to run it up the gut, but just kind of run those side-out run plays, and they're able to gain positive yards every down. And so far, not needing to throw the ball this drive. Another handoff, this side to the opposite side. Breaking free of a tackler and then getting wrestled down on the far side was Aiden Bartman. Making the tackle on that one was Tegan Hoffman for the Panthers, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. It'd be a big stop here if Dakota Valley would be able to stop West Central. Crowd kind of growing large and loud here. Olfson tries to lean forward, and from our angle looks to have the first down at the 20-yard line, and will. So a quarterback dive by Olfson, and he brings up a first down for West Central. where they set up now inside the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And this is very similar to the way the first half started. It's the first possession, well, technically the second possession in the first half, but the first possession now for the Trojans, and they have been able to go down the field and take up a huge amount of clock. And now being in the second half, that's something that you have to think about if you're Coach Reinhardt.
Set up with another run play, this time with a lot of blockers. Bouncing to the outside, can he break free? And he will be in for the touchdown. That's Patrick Hammond from 20 yards out. And Hammond will extend the lead for West Central. He had the lead blocker out, and that was sealed off nicely by the offensive line of West Central.
Looking right here at the replay, Mitch, brought to us by our partners here at KCU. What he loves to do, he just goes one way, the other way, zigzag his way through many different defenders. Great blocking by his offensive line, and all of a sudden that end zone seems pretty open.
Able to scamper to the outside, find the corner of the end zone. Extra point is on its way and good. 14-3. West Central leads this one. We'll take a quick break and be back with the final 7 minutes here on Metro Sports Television. After the touchdown run from Patrick Hammond of 20 yards out, West Central finds himself with an 11-point lead, 14-3 on the Mitchell Electric scoreboard. And on that drive, Riley, it was all run and heavy run with the wind at their back by West Central. Kind of interesting play calling there, but when you're able to get 10 yards per, I'd keep running it too.
And that's, once again, that's when you have the wind on your side. And it doesn't only carry the ball. Having the wind on your side makes it easier to pass the ball. And therefore, DV doesn't know exactly what they're going to do.
That one returned by Gunnar Montang. And Dakota Valley able to take that one to about the 19-yard line. That'll be where they set up their second possession of this second half. 6:40 left to go in the third quarter. Dakota Valley really needing to set up a drive here to be able to score, bring it within 4 points. I'd feel comfortable going into the fourth quarter. Just need to get something established and get back to that ground game that you relied on heavily in the first half.
And DV is a great comeback team, but like I've said, eventually the odds are going to start coming into effect, and the odds are you're not always going to be able to come back.
That one thrown over the middle and caught. What a snag. Carver Fritchen makes a huge grab. What a ball placed right over the defender, and what a grab.
Let's look at this. Our partners KCAU showing us Luckin, Fritchen, defender on him, gets, what is that, 30 yards, Mitch?
Just a great pitch and catch, and the hand and eye coordination to bring that one in and make sure the defender didn't knock it away. What a grab. That's just Carver Fritchen, only a sophomore, so 2 more years of big number 16 here at Dakota Valley. What a big play. Now Dakota Valley on their side of the 50-yard line. Back to pass again is Luck, and he wants to air it out. He wants to go for it all, and he has the man! And it's caught inside the 10-yard line. Tanner Boonstra. So 2 big plays into the win, and now Dakota Valley sits up 1st and 10, 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And we talked about how great Boonstra is. There's another Boonstra. His name's Tanner Boonstra, and he got that one almost in stride. Had he not had to turn just a little bit, he would have been able to go right into the end zone. But he does what he needs to do to put him in the red zone.
I think Dakota Valley need here to keep the tempo going. 2 great throws by Luckin to get him in position. And now they set up 1st and goal from the 9. It'll be a handoff inside. Konopasek is able to lean forward to gain about 2 yards. and it'll bring up second down. I think, obviously the field tightens up the closer you get to the red zone, Riley, so the passing plays aren't as open. You don't have guys streaking down the field, because if you did, they'd go out of the back of the end zone.
Of course.
But I don't think that you take out any pass plays here and just stick just to the run, because West Central, as we see here, loading almost 11 guys in the box pre-snap. This one will be a pitch outside. Boonstra gets a block and is tackled as he makes his way to about the 5-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 6. So to bring up 3rd down and 6 from the 6-yard line. Bringing in a bigger package now receiver-wise, so looking to air it out here on 3rd down, or at least looks like it.
The great thing for DV, you get someone like Fritchen catching that ball, and not only that, but 2 great passes in a row by Drew Luckin. Now it makes things a little bit more uncertain if you're that defense for the Trojans. Now you don't know exactly what DV is going to throw at you.
Dakota Valley needing a touchdown here. They trail by 11. Luckin throws, and it'll be out, in and out of the hands of, I believe, Fritchen was his intended receiver. And now brings up 4th down and decision time for Coach Reinhardt.
Is 3 going to be enough? Do you feel comfortable if the lead is cut from 11 to 8? If you get 8, however, you can then go for the 2-point conversion should you find yourself in the end zone again.
Intended receiver on that one was Tyler Clock, not Carver Fritchen. And they will try for the PAT, or the almost PAT length field goal, as Reed Herbold hit one from about this range earlier in the first half. This one is a low line drive, and it goes off the goalpost, and it'll be no good. Disaster end for Dakota Valley after the 2 long pass plays.
And that's what we talked about, Mitch, at halftime. That is that extra 10%. Literally, in this case, the 10% is the 10 yards that they would have needed to get into the end zone. Just sputtered out a little bit there at the end. And the bad luck, the wind going against you, obviously, has a big thing to do with that ball bouncing right off of the uprights.
And that one would have pushed, like you talked about, Riley, the deficit to just 8 points. But still an 11-point disadvantage for Dakota Valley, and West Central looking to run here, and they're trying to get all of it in one run. Stiff arming a man and tie roping up the sidelines and going out of bounds. That's a nice run by West Central. Doing that, picking him up and putting him down, was Aiden Bartman. And Bartman,
you see that on the replay there. There's no real bouncing between guys there. He just sneaks through a couple of holes. This is a good stiff arm. Says, excuse me, I got places to be. And that place is the 20-yard line.
Gets all the way down from the 22 inside the 40 to 39. So a 41-yard scamper by West Central. Coach Reinhardt wants to take a timeout and gather his troops. We'll take a timeout with him with 4:08 left to go in the 3rd quarter here on Metro Sports Television.
Widespread respect and admiration felt for someone or something on the basis of a perception of their achievements or quality. It's a name that speaks for itself. Prestige is something you earn. It's where quality counts since 1975. And we improve ourselves at every chance by working with customers every step of the way. Visit either Prestige Collision Center's location today, where it's more than just a name.
Back here at Dakota Valley, and it is an injury timeout. Good to see.
Nobody on the ground, Mitch, at least not from what I can see here. So
good to see for Dakota Valley. Jack Jones get on his feet. And West Central set up after that 41-yard run by Aiden Bartman. Now set up 1st and 10 inside the 40-yard line of Dakota Valley. It's an 11-point lead, looking to add a little bit more to it. A run right up the middle, cutting back, still on his feet and charging forward is Carson Wild. And he gains a 1st down on his carry. So now this West Central team, with the wind at their back, Riley, they can throw it, but they're just going to stick with their guns. Big offensive line, push the ball forward, and be a run-heavy team. Dakota Valley first half outrushed this West Central team by 60 yards, and in the second half, they are giving it back to them tenfold, are the Trojans. Another run, this time stuffed nicely up the middle, and making that tackle, big number 59, Gavin Welch. And that'll be a stop for a 2-yard loss, exactly what you need to do if you're Dakota Valley.
Exactly. You need to get some of the momentum back. You know how to beat these teams. You know how to beat every team you come across. They've had so many close games. This one's not a blowout yet. They still have time to get back into it, so they need to do those plays that they know and get that momentum. That'll get the confidence. That'll get the score.
Now we'll see a pass by West Central and pushed forward, still on his feet, scrambling and trying to get to the pylon as he found Evan Jatton over the middle. That's a great pass, and flag
here
on the far sideline as the pass by Alfson was over the middle, and we'll see what the flag is as a dejected Trojans team comes back, and it'll be a legal shift on the Trojans, so nullify that near touchdown pass of 35 or 25 yards, and they'll set up the Trojans with another second down, this time second down and long. They're playing a little behind the sticks, what we saw Dakota Valley do.
Exactly. That's exactly my thought, Mitch. And now they're in that same position that DV was in. They're going to have to figure out a way to get out of this. As we've said multiple times, though, they're in a bit of an advantage because they have the wind at their backs. A lot more passing options up for play.
That was a good ball that was completed by Alfson, but just nullified by the penalty. We'll see if they set up to pass here, as it'll be another run, and almost. That is a shoestring tackle that saved a touchdown. Patrick Hammond saw 6 in his future, but a open field tackle by Brady Weaver stops it, and it'll bring up third down and 4.
Well, what that does, it just opens up all your options now. You can pass, you could rush, and at the same time, it shows that DV, if you're looking for something good, they've got some great defenders there in the secondary that are able to get big stops.
This one will be a handoff, and bouncing forward is Bartman, and we'll see where the spot that far official has enough for the first down, and they will give it to him at the 15-yard line there. So first down and 10 for West Central, and the ball is at the 15. So 15 yards separates West Central from their third touchdown of the contest. They've scored once in this third quarter and looking to add on to their lead of 11. So we're under a minute 40 left to go in the third. It'll be a handoff, and getting the carry for the first time in the third quarter is Keaton Vessels. A 6-foot senior is able to fight forward for about 3 yards. And second down and 7 for West Central, and they have just been, besides the pass play that was nullified by the penalty, Riley, they have just put their shoulder down and ran through the chest of this DV defense.
Which makes it very, very difficult if you're DV, because that means that if you're West Central, you can do whatever you want, especially if they score here on this drive. As of right now, they're up 11. There are just 13 minutes to go.
Breaking free and trying to extend it over the pylon, but it'll be stepping out. But not after getting a first down is Evan Jatton. And it'll be a first down and goal for West Central inside the 5-yard line. Looks like they marked him out of bounds at about the 3. So first and goal from the 3-yard line. And this is bread and butter time for West Central, as they have done their damage on the ground in this second half. Looking to punch it in from 3 yards out. Handoff will be to the outside, and scampering in for the touchdown is Patrick Hammond. Number 6 got the handoff on the end around and is able to scamper in for the third touchdown of the ball game for West Central.
And when we see it on the replay here, Mitch, what we see is just like we've seen so many times from this team. Actually, all it needs is a little bit extra work, a little sneak, a little draw, and the next thing you know, it's 6 points.
And they have scored their touchdowns from the short yardage variety. Getting inside the red zone and making these drives capped off with touchdowns is the reason we sit at a 20-3 score, with the extra point going through 21-3. So with 49 seconds left to go in this one, stick with us. DV going to have to muster up some courage as we move on in this late third and early fourth quarter.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Back here receiving the kickoff for Dakota Valley, trying to spark anything, is Gunnar Montang, and a flag is on the field, and that thrown around the 40-yard line. Usually on that one, that's in the area of holding, so we'll see if Dakota Valley is backed up. And so far, it's been a little bit of self-inflicting wounds, Riley. This Dakota Valley team's shown that they can drive up and down the field, but just have not been able to sustain drives once they get into the red zone.
No, and that's something that we saw at the beginning of the season. As you remember, when we went up just north, just a few miles from here, and saw them play Canton, they fixed it as far as turning the ball over is concerned. They turned it over that once at the very beginning of the game with the muff punt. However, just these terrible hankies being thrown out.
Yeah, and you talk about drive stalling. That's a momentum killer in
Exactly.
itself, but got to mount any sort of offense here in the second half. Luckin steps back to pass, pressure in his face immediately, and nearly a strip sack on the outside. That one defended extremely well by the West Central Trojans, and getting pressure on that is Bennett Ingalls, the senior linebacker from his outside linebacker position, creates pressure and nearly had a strip sack of Luckin there.
It's like about 10 yards on that sack. That's a heck of a job.
And you had Drew Luckin rolling out, and if he's able to find a guy downfield, he can make that a first down in a big pass play, as we'll see if that was the last play of the half or the quarter, and it will be, as we've hit all zeros here in the third quarter. 2 touchdowns scored by West Central in this one, and it's 21-3 on the Mitchell Electric scoreboard. We'll take a quick break and be back here on Metro Sports Television.
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Back here as we have a little bit of offense in that third quarter. It's all West Central offense as they scored 2 touchdowns to extend their lead to 21-3 over at East High School, 52-0. I tell you what, the Raiders looked impressive their last 2 games, and will have their contest against Ames next week as well. Spirit Lake will have a home game and a big one between West Sioux and Hinton as well next week on the docket for us at Metro Sports. But trying to finish this one out are the Panthers. That one thrown over the middle and completed. And it'll be a gain to get past the original line of scrimmage, so it'll set up third down and more manageable now. 3rd and 8, as that is a nice completion from Luckin over the middle, and now sets up a manageable third down. But Riley, we talked about sacks, just flags in that third quarter were drive killers for this Dakota Valley team. They found themselves inside the red zone, but not able to capitalize. Can they do so here? Luckin, deep pass, has a man open, and it's caught, and he's going to take it all the way. And touchdown, Dakota Valley.
Absolutely amazing.
That was a bomb. That is a 78-yard touchdown pass to Tanner Boonstra.
Mitch, call your friend Anthony Mitchell at the Sports Zone. KCAU replay has it right here. And that was Luckin, Tanner Boonstra. And that's reservations for 6.
Yeah, and Boonstra just had to beat that corner, is able to make the catch. The corner falls down. Boonstra running that one as they'll set up now, I believe, with the extra point. They were set up to go for 2, but they bring in the field goal unit now. And they bring him in a little late, so we'll see if that has anything to do with the decision that Reinhardt had, if he wanted to go for 2 or not. An extra point is on the way, and that one with the good variety is up and through, so 10-21. Quick score by Dakota Valley makes this one an interesting game. Stick with us the next 11-12, and this game's going to be a doozy. We'll take a break here on Metro Sports.
Mitchell Electric, providing top-of-the-line electrical service since 1975. Mitchell Electric can help you solve your electrical needs with upgrades, remodeling, new construction, rewiring, and troubleshooting among the many services Mitchell Electric provides. Let Mitchell Electric light up your world today. Mitchell Electric, proud sponsor of Dakota Valley Athletics.
Go Panthers!
If you blinked, you missed it. Tanner Boonstra, 78-yard touchdown pass. Let's take another look at that KCAU replay as pressure in his face. Luckin's able to throw this one, caught at around the 45, and then after the defender falls, it is literally a end of a track race for Boonstra, and he shows off his wheels. Now all of a sudden we got ourselves a little game, Riley. Dakota Valley found themselves down 18 points, now just down 11 after the made point after attempt from Dakota Valley. Now get a stop here on defense, turn around, score again, and we're going to find out how much Dakota Valley is made of, and they can be the comeback kids once again here on Metro Sports.
Well, you know, we always love a good comeback story, and we had it 3 weeks ago. Let's have it again here.
This one, the end-over-end variety taken by West Central. They have a wedge set up on a good return, bouncing off some tacklers and then taken down. After passing the 25-yard line, getting to the 26 is West Central. That kickoff returned there by Dylan Betcher. Another sophomore on the Trojans roster. Guess what? Initialed at running back as well.
You kidding? They got a running back on that team? I never would have noticed.
I'm telling you, unless you're a lineman, I think you qualify as a running back for West Central. They do a great job integrating all these guys in, and you know, we haven't talked a ton about the passing ability of Cade Olfson, but he does have a rocket. We were watching in pregame, throwing some seeds, 15, 20-yard varieties, but right now West Central wants to bleed clock, especially in the fourth quarter, and they start off with a run on first down, gaining only 2 yards. This defense for Dakota Valley has shown times where they can stiffen up. They need to do so here in the fourth quarter.
And now DV, though, they have exactly what was facing them in the last quarter, which was the wind is now going out West Central, and so you probably know how to defend this. They want to bleed clock anyways. They got the wind going against them. They're probably going to run it. DV, all you have to do is stop.
Near jump off sides, and it'll be a handoff. Quarterback keeper by Alston, and he's swarmed by this Dakota Valley defense, tackled on the outside by Jace DeGeorgia. And there, we're going to call it a gain of nothing as he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 5 for West Central. A big stop here on 3rd down from Dakota Valley, and they get the ball back. And depending on this punt with the way the wind's going, in probably good field position.
Yeah, anything could happen when you come up to McCook Lake. I said that a couple of times tonight. But you know what? Sometimes that's just announcer speak, and sometimes it's the truth. Well, with Dakota Valley, it's the truth.
Set up here, West Central looking to pass. Wind, and that one thrown over the middle and broken up nicely.
Wow.
That is a great play by Jake Pick as he had a man, and that would have been a gain of nearly 20 yards for West Central, but Pick gets his hand in there and knocks that one away. And Dakota Valley set up in punt return, and I do say punt return lightly because they still do not have anyone back to receive that kick after the muff punt early in the first half. West Central running on a late gunner here, and the snap will be on its way, and a quick kick by West Central wobbles and stays in bounds. Will roll inside the 30 to about the 24, not where it'll stay, but this Dakota Valley team scored obviously in a hurry last time. If they can do it again, we'll have a really interesting ball game. 9:29 left to go in this one, Riley. We'll stay here as the offense is literally sprinting out to the field. They are ready to get back on the field and get a score in as quick as they can, because they know West Central is going to try their best to hold on to this football and bleed clock.
And you know what, though? They can feel it, too. You just have that feeling. You get that confidence, you get that momentum, and you say, put me in, coach, I'm ready to go. And now it's their time to go. If they get a touchdown in the next 3 to 4 minutes, things are going to get very, very interesting.
And we'll take a step aside as it looks like we got a little cramp break going on the sidelines and in the field of play. So we'll take a quick break on the Mitchell Electric scoreboard. Dakota Valley creeping back in this one, only down 10-21. We'll be right back here on Metro Sports.
You add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking up.
Good to see Jace able to walk off on his own power. Looked like it just a little cramp there. So Dakota Valley sets up 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line, and a flag comes out. Leave early movement on the offensive line from Dakota Valley. That far official didn't signal, but they are backing Dakota Valley up, so be a snap infraction or false start. And it'll set Dakota Valley back 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15 from now inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
We talked about this at the half, Mitch. What Dakota Valley has had great drives, but they have had slow starts to the drives and sputtering ends to the drives, and that is why they find themselves in a deficit. You can't have flags like that to start your drive. It kills the momentum.
And that false start starts the drive at 1st and 15 from the 19-yard line. Luckin set with Boonstra in the backfield. Luckin looking to pass, throws over the middle. That one will fall incomplete. Is defended nicely there by West Central. I believe he's trying to go to the outside to Drake Vondrak.
If you're both the receiver and the quarterback, you have to remember, with the wind at your back, with the wind coming at you, that ball is going to come out of your hands faster. It's going to go farther, and if you're the receiver, that ball is going to be coming at you a little bit faster, so you have to be ready for that impact once it hits your hands.
And 34, not 24, so Bennett looking the intended target on that last pass play. 2nd and 15 for Dakota Valley. And it'll be an offsides on the defensive lineman, so they'll get the yardage back that they lost on the penalty. Number 60, the guilty party for the Trojans. That's Carter Evans, the senior, trying to guess that snap count and get in Luckin's face, but it sets up a 2nd and 10 now, so both penalties nullifying each other on this drive, and 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Luckin back to pass again. Rush up in his face over the middle to Georgia. Has it.
Oh, there he
and has
goes.
the seam. Cuts through and is able to get through a tackle. And he is ginger to get up, but he's defender still down for West Central at a pitch and catch of 20 yards. And the defender still down for West Central as they tend to him. We'll take a quick break here on Metro Sports and be back.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Each year, a whopping 5 billion pizzas are consumed throughout the world.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
Back, and good to see Evan Jatton get to his feet, the injured Trojan on that last play. And we resume play, 1st down and 10 for Dakota Valley after that pitch and catch to Georgia. And still working out cramps on the sideline is Jay, so hope to get him back in the game. But Luckin sits with a 1st down. Boonstra off to his side. And back to pass again. The rush is in his face. Throws it over again to Boonstra. And nearly in and out of the hands of Boonstra. Defended there nicely as he almost had reservations for 6 again. And Tanner Boonstra trying to make his case for our Wall of Fame player of the game if he would have hauled that one in. Already a good game with his 78-yard touchdown reception.
Player that just sort of comes out of nowhere, and that's what it often takes, Mitch. Even if you have a team of just really great players, it takes another guy, just some guy out of nowhere to help lift you up. Boonstra's a great player. We don't talk about him often, but he's shown up today.
Luckin misses that one to his brother. Is running out in the flat is Bennett. Coming back into the game is to Georgia. It's 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers with 8:47 left to go in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 10 for Dakota Valley. Passing situation here for Drew Luckin and company on senior night here in McCook Lake, South Dakota. Luckin with time now. Can scamper forward for a 1st down and does. Luckin lowers his shoulder and is able to pick up the 1st down. So we haven't talked about Luckin's legs since early 1st quarter. And he makes a move there on 3rd and 10 and is able to pick up the 1st down.
And back in that 1st quarter, that's what it was all about. That's when they were moving up and down the field. They didn't exactly get the touchdowns, but we saw it. First it was Luckin, then Konopasek, then Jackson Boonstra. Boom, boom, boom. This team is able to run, and as we just saw there, Drew Luckin, he sniffed out the fact that he could get going, and he did.
Now Luckin with 1st down. Sets up to pass again. Clean pocket, blitz from the outside, throws over the middle, and he tried to fit it over to Boonstra that time and floated that one into dangerous position, but it does fall to the turf incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. But so far in this one, Drew Luckin has showcased his arm ability, and we talked about it, with the way the wind's blowing, Riley, with the wind at your back, you're able to open up the playbook a little bit more. You know, Dakota Valley did try a couple passes into the wind, but obviously you can tell the ball very accurate out of Luckin's hands with the wind to his advantage. Luckin set up now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Throws this one over the middle, caught, and again for a 1st down. And breaking free for a 15-yard gain is Carver Fritchen. And Fritchen is able to gain 15 yards. Carver Fritchen, again, like talked about, just a sophomore. So 2 more years in a Dakota Valley uniform. 7:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. Dakota Valley driving. Now Luckin just having to get rid of it. Will throw it past the line of scrimmage out of harm's way. No intentional grounding thrown. Applying the pressure for West Central was Carver Vessels.
We talked about Vessel before tonight. We know he's dangerous. We've been bearing down on Luckin for most of the night, but when we go back to our senior strong play of the game, that's the smart decision by Luckin, getting out of the pocket, the knowledge to know that once you throw it there, it is not intentional grounding.
Able to make a play without making a play there, and we'll have a timeout on the field, Riley. We can keep it right here with 7:47 left to go. Now, I'm not saying you totally have to abandon the run because they've done such a good job passing, but I think if you have the defenders, they're only starting to see now that you're only rushing 3, maybe 4 if they bring a blitz. Do you think about pulling it if you're Drew Luckin? Do you think about maybe having a delayed draw to kind of catch this defense offside to gain another extra 10 yards? Or are you just the kind of guy that says, you know what, we're West Coast all day, I want to throw the ball? You have Konopasek and you have Boonstra. They can pinball their way. They can sneak through the seams. And then, of course, remember, you're Drew Luckin, so you have legs too. I think at this point, you got to see what's best for you. Personally, myself, I'm throwing this ball. You've got Fritchen that's opened up. You've got Boonstra that's opened up. Players you don't necessarily thinking about are coming through with big plays. And you got to come back 11 points, 7:47 to go. We will see what the defense gives to Luckin and company as they set up 2nd down and 10 from inside the 30-yard line at the 29. Luckin is back to pass, wants to throw to the corner. This is a fade ball, and it's caught!
On the inside!
At the corner of the end zone. They call it incomplete.
Oh.
The far line judge called it incomplete. I don't know if the ball hit the turf from his angle, but from our side, that looked like a touchdown.
Well, we've got the end of that play right here, the end of the catch. Comes down and catches it with his toes. But we can't see if he's inbound or not.
I don't know. Unless he bobbled that ball, it looks like from our angle, that's a touchdown. The far official saw something, and Coach Reinhardt's pleading his case as that one was thrown to the outside to Fritchen, as we mentioned earlier. So a touchdown taken off the board, that one of 29 yards, and Luckin set back to do it again. Pressure from the outside, Luckin running up the middle, and there goes Luckin to the 5, and he's going to be tripped up inside the 1-yard line. But Drew Luckin doing it with his legs, it opens up for the defense. And now they're at 1st and goal. I thought he had a chance to take it all the way. Riley just gets tripped up at the end.
Here's that KCAU replay. He's looking for somebody. He knows somebody's open, and then he goes, no, they're not. You know what? I can do it myself. And he just goes right through that big, wide open hole and almost gets all 6.
Pressure on the edge again applied by Keaton Vessels. He's been dangerous off that right side and forced Luckin to step up in the pocket, and it just cleared way for those defenders as a timeout will be taken here. Might be a costly timeout with 7:11 left to go in this fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break with them and be back with the conclusion here on Metro Sports Television.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
Luckin ends up being a half yard away from a touchdown and now set up 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. That's where Dakota Valley will operate. Looks like they might have marked him out at the 2, so his knee went down around the 3-yard line. Ball is stretched out, so marked down at the 2-yard line. That'll be where Dakota Valley operates. Down by 11. Pitch to the outside. Boonstra trying to find the corner. Still on his feet and able to fight to get back and trying to gain some yards out of that pitch play, but it will end up losing a yard or two, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 second down and goal from the 4-yard line. That pitch play, I like getting him to the outside, Riley, but that is great contained by this West Central defense.
And, that's where if you're DV, you miss or you wish you had just a really big guy inside, sort of like West Central has. You wish you just had that guy who can smash right through. But instead, you got great players like Boonstra and Konopasek, but better when they can go around, cut through seams. And when you're at the end zone, that's not exactly possible.
Luckin set to pass here on second down. He might take off with his legs, and no one will catch him. Drew Luckin with the QB scamper of 4 yards, and Dakota Valley with 2 touchdowns in this fourth quarter cut the lead to just a 1-score game. Do not go anywhere, folks. We got a dandy on hands for you. 7 minutes, just 2 seconds shy of 7 minutes left to go here, and Dakota Valley still with the offense out there.
And once again, that happens because of people like Fritchen. That happens because of people like Boonstra. You have a great quarterback like Luckin who can pass and who can run. And you take away, you have a couple different players that show up. All of a sudden, the defense has to worry about them, and Luckin's got room to run. And he's had that 2 plays in a row now.
So they will set up for the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. It'll be a pitch to the outside. Boonstra cuts in, and it will be tackled short of the line to gain. So we will sit at 16-21. But Dakota Valley, 2 back-to-back scoring drives. One of the running variety of Drew Luckin, one of the passing variety. And, Drew Luckin's now quietly etching his name into our player of the game possibilities. As 6:58 left to go as they set up for the kickoff here. We'll take a quick break and be back here on Metro Sports Television.
And Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Trying to get their 5th win of the season, Dakota Valley etching back. They were down 21-3, now just find themselves down 5 points. 16-21 your score on the Mitchell Electric scoreboard after 2 touchdowns back-to-back on 2 straight drives for Dakota Valley. They stopped this West Central team on downs in this fourth quarter, and going to need to set up another one to stop them on downs here. West Central with the lead and getting the ball here to start, and that's a great return. Breaking free in a tackle, and that's a touchdown-saving tackle. We've said it a couple times today. Dakota Valley making that play is Taman Brown, and if not for that tackle, West Central scores immediately on the kickoff.
Yeah, and Taman Brown, he basically just saves the spirit of the Panthers right now. Had that one gone all the way to the end zone, you would have heard a dejected crowd and a dejected team. 7 minutes to go, being down
5 points, and now
another 6.
Now you set up this team in great field position as the opening run by Bartman will gain 5 yards, and that's something if you're Dakota Valley, you need a stop or a negative yardage play on second down to set up a 3rd and long situation, because if West Central's able to keep moving the chains, they are going to try to bleed as much of this clock out as they can. 2nd down and 5 for West Central. It'll be another handoff up the middle, and they did a really good job, and they might have gained the 1st down there. If not, it'll be 3rd and very short.
Clock still running. The clock has stopped, so did they? Must be measuring.
It's marked 3rd down here, but they did give them the 1st. So 1st down carries, 5 yards needed, 5 yards gained by West Central, and they are inside opponent territory. The 45-yard line, 1st and 10 to go for West Central. Under 6 minutes left to go in this one. We'll appreciate you guys joining along us on Metro Sports Television. It'll be a quick handoff, and now Dakota Valley trying to strip the ball away defensively. That's a smart idea because the way that West Central's been getting 5 yards per play, they're going to keep getting first down, so getting a stop any way you can will be huge for Dakota Valley. Are they able to muster up a stop here defensively? Ball's on the 40-yard line.
Just 2 more good plays if you're the defense. Remember that, just 2 more good plays.
A run and not gaining all but 2 yards on the run play. Falling forward for West Central. It'll set up a big third down, trying to get the crowd pumped up as the defense. They're going to try to be in full throat here. As a big third down, biggest third down of the night. As we are under 5 minutes left to go. It's third down and 3 yards to go for West Central. They hand it off up the middle, bouncing to the outside and falling forward out of the tackle of Georgia.
Getting that
are the Trojans. Nice run there by Carson Wildy. And Carson Wildy gains a first down. They're at the 34-yard line. And we're under 4.5 minutes before the conclusion of this one. Stick with us for the Baumgars post-game show and our Wall of Fame player of the game, as well as our games next week. Got a full slate of games on Metro Sports in the Siouxland area and up in Sioux Falls. Pitch to the outside to Bartman, and still staying on his feet, and a gain of 9 yards on the first down run.
Penalty flag, if I heard that correctly.
And it'll be a holding. A reason why Bartman able to get so many yards is because of that holding, so it'll back up and we'll replay first down. Dakota Valley will have their defense try to tighten up here. It'll be first down and 20 from the 44-yard line. And best thing to help your defense out is an offensive penalty, because the ball moves back without you having to do anything. Now, 20 yards to go from extending this drive as West Central will have 4 downs to do it. Hand off and a nice tackle after a gain of 4. Bartman, again, the ball carrier for West Central. And I was going to wonder when Coach Reinhardt was going to use his first timeout. And it'll be right now with 3:29 to go. We'll take a quick timeout with them and be back here on Metro Sports Television.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. Like, I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. You know, I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flayhardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
And we're back here as the second, I believe, timeout called by Dakota Valley. The scoreboard still has 3 timeouts remaining for both teams, and obviously we just took one, and I saw the far line judge just signal to Coach Reinhardt 1 left, so down to his last timeout, and going to have to start to use those timeouts here as it's second down and 17 for West Central. Another handoff. This time corralled on the outside, gaining no yardage. That's a great tackle on the outside by Dakota Valley. Tegan Hoffman making the tackle, the junior, 6 foot, 187-pound junior, making a tackle on the outside. And it'll be the final timeout called by Dakota Valley. So with 3:20 left to go, Riley, we can stay here. We just took a timeout, so we'll stay here. Big stop on second down, gaining no yards, and now you're in I would say, an obvious passing situation because you don't want Dakota Valley to get the ball back, and I don't think you can make a 50-plus yard field goal from here on 4th down, and you definitely don't want to give them the ball back almost on their plus side of the field. So I would assume a punt would be coming on 4th down. But then again, you don't want to throw the ball because if the ball lands ends up being incomplete, then the clock stops on itself. So you're kind of at a crossroads of decisions here, but we'll see what Barry Mathis makes as a big 3rd down for both sides. Can the Panthers get off the field on defense, and can the Trojans
keep the drive alive?
Keep the drive alive. Knock the game out on this one. It'll be a pitch to the outside, and a tackle on the outside made. A great tackle by Jace DeGeorgia on senior night. And it'll be 4th down. They force a punt and will get the ball back.
That's fantastic. And to add to your point, Mitch, they possibly only had, really 10 yards to go. If they would have gotten those 10 yards, they could have bled the clock a little bit more and then tried for some great 4th down play. But that was just excellent for DV to know that it's probably going to go for a run, the safest thing to do. And what are they able to do? Able to stop them right then and there.
Now DV going to get the ball back. Barring anything crazy, we have seen some crazy plays already in this one, especially on the punt. And West Central lined up to go for it, see if they can get manageable field. They will go for it. No throw. It'll be a double pass. And open over the middle of the field. It'll be caught for the touchdown. A 44-yard completion. And a beautiful play design. As soon as they threw the screen, I saw
right there
Aiden Bartman go up the field, and he was all alone, and that looks to be the knockout blow.
And you just saw it there on the KCAU replay. That was just an unbelievable play. That belongs in the Andy Reid playbook is what that does, Mitch. Just as you think you know what they're going to do, and we talked about it not only on 4th down, but here's what we thought they were going to do on 3rd down and 4th down. And then when it comes down to it, they had just a little something extra.
Yeah, and those plays, too, you're as a defender, you're really in no man's land because you see the screen happen, and your assignment is to go after the football, and then your man that's supposed to be blocking you is running downfield, so you don't really see it. Now a direct snap taken and will not make it. So only up 11 are the Trojans. So we've seen this Dakota Valley team score in I mean quick spurts, and I do mean quick spurts, one-play drives. And they need a quick drive here, and with time still on the clock, they would then have to go for a onside kick to get the ball back. Like this, that great trick play by West Central seemed to be the icing on the cake for a great game. And this team we talked about going into the contest, coming off of a loss against a really good Del Rapids team, found themselves at 3-3. Probably the best 3-3 team in the state of South Dakota, definitely in Class 11A. And Dakota Valley has had their hands full all night, but it's a resilient Dakota Valley group, and we've seen them come back time and time again. They're going to have to do a great job with 2:21 left in this one.
Yeah, and this deficit might be a little too much for them to overcome. 11 points, 2:21 to go. And the thing is, as we said, first of all, West Central, just an excellent team. So the record doesn't really show how good they are, obviously.
Yeah, and they did a great job through the ground most of the time. And now through the air on that last touchdown play. And they are set to kick off to Dakota Valley. A great return here would be huge for this Dakota Valley group, as it'll be a squib kick, recovered and taken to the outside, and then making the tackle before the 40-yard line will be West Central, and that'll be where Dakota Valley starts their opening drive inside or just outside of 2 minutes. Be first down and 10 from the 37-yard line, 38-yard line.
If you're DV, you're probably going to be passing it here, Mitch. We're going to see a lot of passes coming up. There's no doubt.
You have to air it out with no timeouts left. Coach Reinhardt going to dial up his best offense. The thing with West Central now, you have Aiden Bartman and good to see Evan Jatton back in the game, but their two safeties playing 15 yards off the ball. They know the pass is coming. Luckin set back to pass anyways. Pressure in his face, and then we'll throw this one across the field, and it'll go out of bounds. As nice by Luckin to get out of the pass rush. Way is only bringing 4.
See, this is going to show. I apologize, Mitch.
No, you're good. I was saying only bringing 4 of the Trojans, but they're still getting pressure.
Well, I was going to say, just shows how good the defense is going to be. This is what it's going to show, because you're going to have to stop. Now we've seen Trish, Boonstra, the other Boonstra. There's Konopasek, there's DeGeorgia. There's a plethora of players to worry about.
That one's thrown over to the outside, trying to get out of bounds, but a great infield tackle. And now a flag will come in. There's a great tackle by Hayden Whiting, but there is a marker on the field. We'll see what that is. I don't know if it was a horse collar tackle or a face mask. Personal foul is the call. It is a horse collar tackle, and it'll add 15 yards to the end of the run, as I believe there is a injured Panther on the far sideline that was tackled on the outside, so we will step aside and take a quick break for an injury timeout and be back with the final 2 minutes here on Metro Sports Television.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Back here on Metro Sports, and glad to see the Panther get up. That was shaken up on that last play, so first down and 10 for the Panthers with the 41-yard line. Finding themselves down 11 points with 1:57 left to go. This quick-scoring Panthers offense able to get in the end zone. They do not have any timeouts left, so they're going to have to do it with an onside kick. That one thrown to the outside. Boonstra is able to gain about 9 yards on the reception. It'll set up second down and 1, but getting out of bounds quickly was Tanner Boonstra, so only 5 seconds comes off the clock there, and they're able to move the ball down the field at this rate. An onside kick would give them the ball right back and in good position. Luckin with a 4-man rush, throws it over the middle. That's caught by Bennett Luckin, and Bennett Luckin will have the first down. So a couple passes and about a 30-yard pitch and catch from Luckin over to Boonstra, and then Luckin to Luckin. And now inside the 20-yard line are the Panthers. Luckin fires this one over to the end zone, has Boonstra, and it's caught in the back of the end zone. Another miraculous grab by Tanner Boonstra, and the Panthers strike.
And here it is right here on the replay once again.
That one faded over, and that's a beautiful ball by Luckin, but a great catch by Tanner Boonstra. I mean, we talked in the beginning of the show about Jackson and what he can do on the ground, but Tanner making a name for himself tonight through the air. What a catch. And now Dakota Valley has the offense still on the field as they try to go for 2 to make this a 3-point game. 22-27. The fireworks are coming out in this second half. We had a 7-3 ball game. I'm happy if you guys stayed with us. Luckin stepping the pass, now rolls out of the pocket, has to run, pitches it over, and it is caught in the back of the end zone. He does his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation and does the little sideways pitch. So now 24-27, And we got an interesting onside kick coming up here.
It's amazing. Everything's going to come down to one final play, Mitch. If this onside kick goes DV's way, it's going to be a very, very interesting finish. But from this point on, everything is going to have to happen perfect, wouldn't you say?
And with having to burn your timeouts early and being down what you were down, you have no choice but here to obviously kick the onside kick with 1:31 left. I would have liked to seen if DV had 3 timeouts what Coach Reinhardt would do here. I think with how West Central has ran the ball, you would still try the onside kick just because you need that chance to want the ball with some timeouts. But it'll be interesting to see here because, you're kind of going with the wind on the kickoff. So I don't think getting it to 10 yards is going to be an issue.
No.
You're going to have the onside return team ready. So where do you place the ball? Where do you kick it? Do you kick it to your weak side in coverage, to your strong side in coverage? Are you one that kind of chip shots it up? Are you one that dribble kicks it? We have a lot to see here, and the hands team out for Dakota Valley trying to make this happen. And now a different kicker for the Panthers as it's Cameron Black, number 7, doing the kicking duties for Dakota Valley.
Now remember, everything started for Dakota Valley today with that messed up with that muffed return. Will that come back now at the end of the game?
This one onside hit, and they got it!
Oh, no way!
They got the ball! A flag is down at the 50-yard line, but Dakota Valley came up with it. Was there illegal touching? There is a flag down.
Let's see the replay just in case. See if we can see anything a little bit extra. There's the 50. I'm not
Penalty
sure.
marker is down. We'll see what the call is, and it'll be a false start on the kicking team.
Unbelievable.
So they will have to re-kick. The flag thrown, not by the line judge at the 40-yard line, but thrown to the line judge at the 50. So I feel like it's not a illegal formation, but it would be almost an illegal touching.
Yeah. I don't know, Mitch.
So they will back up Dakota Valley, but that onside kick did work, but now cat's out of the bag on what they're going to try to do. Or do they switch it up now?
Can they do it again is the question.
They'll set up again. Black set to kick again for the Panthers. Now at the 35-yard line. They'll try another onside kick. 1:28 left. And they will. So with it is illegal touching, not a offsides. So the illegal touching rule, and that's what I was wondering, Riley. The illegal touching penalty, it nullifies the return, nullifies anything, and it goes to the return team.
Oh. Okay.
So with illegal touching, West Central will be able to kneel this one out. A heartbreaking way to end the game for the Panthers.
As the defense comes back onto the field, let's watch it again. Let's see. Everything moves so fast. Can we see the illegal touching?
And it would have to be that the ball is touched before it hits the 50-yard line. I don't know how you see that.
Yeah, that's...
And the FAR official called it, so he had to have seen something. I thought it was a great play. They tried to get the ball. The initial receiver was going to be Keaton Vessels, and he got blown up at the 50-yard line, but the ball must have been touched before it hit the 50, and therefore West Central will take over at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10.
It is so unfortunate to see that because a flag now ends a game really in controversy.
And now it looks like the kicking team's coming back out, so I have no idea what is going on.
What's happening?
As though they will re-kick. So they did call, I don't believe they called illegal touching.
Okay.
So they'll send the kicking unit back out. We'll get this all figured out. We're going to have another kick by Cameron Black and a chance for Dakota Valley to get the football. I tell you what, if you stuck around with us for this last minute 28, well, first off, we appreciate it. Second off, I don't know what is going on.
This crowd has been through a lot, Mitch, in the past 30 seconds, and I'm right here with them. I don't know how to feel.
Onside attempt here by Dakota Valley. It'll be kicked and a bouncer.
That one
will be
Central.
recovered by West Central, and there is still a flag on the play.
I don't think it went 10 yards.
Well, it went 10. It was recovered near the 50 by West Central, so it was 10 yards, but it was another offsides illegal formation, and that will be declined by West Central with a recovery net, and actually, so they will re-kick it. So they're just going to keep moving the ball back and re-kicking. And if you had 3 onside kick recoveries before, or onside kick opportunities before recovery on your bingo card, first off, congratulations. Second off, bingo. As the kick will now be from the 30-yard line. Onside kick attempt for the Panthers. Cameron Black set to kick off. Do the Panthers go offside? Do they recover? They have to get the ball here. Kicked by Black, and a deep one will spin and fall down, as that one now recovered by West Central.
Well, Mitch, I remember saying what felt like 20 minutes ago, it all comes down to one final play. We saw that play 3 times, and finally West Central comes away with it, which is pretty much the capstone on what is an extraordinary game, an excellent game overall, an excellent second half.
Oh, I mean, you talk about scoring in the second half. This game was 7-3 at halftime. 27-24 will end up being your final in what was a back-and-forth game. These two teams I would love to see play in the postseason, and there's a chance that both these teams will meet up as victory formation will be set up for West Central and trying to get
the jump on it.
The jump on it are the Panthers, and it'll draw a flag. And getting a little bit of frustration out, I believe, as well, are the Panthers, as they felt that first onside kick was a legal play and just...
Yeah, we watched it on replay twice here. Again, unable to slow down, unable to really see everything the officials saw. And, you know, when everything is going here real full speed, everything is so fast, so hard to catch. So whether it was right or not, we'll never really know. So officially, it was right.
And with a minute and 15 left to go, it'll just take a couple more kneel downs for West Central, and they will find themselves at 4-3, as will the Panthers of Dakota Valley here on senior night. They gave us a show, did those seniors. They're going to be proud of the way that they fought in this one, but come up 3 points too short. As the time will tick, and they'll just have to kneel the ball down one more time before this one becomes final. And with the final kneel down here, it'll put a capper on our night tonight for Metro Sports. And that'll do it. Your final score here at Robert L. Peterson Field, the Panthers fall in a heartbreaker, 27-24 over the West Central Trojans. We will take a very quick break and be back with our Baumgars postgame show. Don't go anywhere.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Back here at the Baumgars postgame show, Dakota Valley falls to West Central in a heartbreaker, 24-27. I'll tell you how the scoring went off. First, a quarterback sneak by Kate Alfson of 1 yard out. West Central on the board, 7-0. A field goal from 10 yards out by Reed Herbold for Dakota Valley makes it 7-3, and that's how we went to halftime. After halftime, 14 points scored by West Central. Both by Patrick Hammond, rushing touchdowns of 20-plus on one and just outside the goal line for the other. And then Dakota Valley really did their damage in that fourth quarter. Drew Luckin to Boonstra, Tanner Boonstra, 78-yard touchdown pass, and then Drew Luckin ran it in for 4 yards, and then Gross to Bateman for the passing touchdown, and that one was on the trick play, the screen to touchdown play of 40 yards for West Central, and then that one was really the icing on the cake because the late touchdown from Luckin to Boonstra, who played a phenomenal game, just had 2 really good touchdowns, one of 78 yards and one of 30 yards, and I tell you what, he came to play today. He played a heck of a game. But our player of the game that will get Wall of Fame player of the game will go to the quarterback on senior night, and that is Drew Luckin. He had 3 touchdowns and 40 yards rushing, made it happen with his legs, made it happen with his arm, but just didn't have enough in this one. I think if you had 5 more minutes on the clock, Dakota Valley able to muster up a comeback, but the time ran out for them, and the time runs out for us here on Metro Sports Television. Stick with us next week. We got games in Spirit Lake, Hinton, and at Sioux City East. Go on to our website, metrosports.tv, for all of our action online. Stay with us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And for Riley Lillenquist, Logan Click, Bryce Click, and Cole Conlon, I'm Mitch McCumber. We'll see you guys next time.